the Lord uses these things to show us just how evil our own heart is. You know, my son called real early this week, and he'd been up all night. He'd been studying for a test, but he'd also been reading the bulletin article that I put in there last time about grace reigning through righteousness. And I thought maybe he had some questions, but it was really some things that the Lord was directing his mind to. But the one question he did have was, why are there so many commandments in the Scriptures? Especially when we know that there's nobody that can, fulfill them. And it gave me an opportunity to remind him and remind myself that those commandments were in no way given as a means of salvation or thinking that somehow someone could keep them, but rather to show us, first of all, God's holiness, but secondly, our own sinfulness. And thirdly, to bring us to bow to Christ, the only one who has ever fulfilled righteousness in every jot and tittle. That ought to make us admire and revere Christ for that work accomplished on behalf of sinners such as we are. And you say, well, just like the commandments, there's no one that can fulfill them. The same is true with afflictions that the Lord brings our way, lest we should think of ourselves more highly than we ought to think. Isn't it easy to do? Get a few smooth days in there. You feel like, hey, I feel like I'm close to the Lord. Well, let's turn up the heat a little bit and see. What's the first thing we do? Growl, complain, murmur. I'm bearing it, but God's sovereign. We'll be thankful, but that's sort of the mindset. That's our heart. Honestly, that's our heart.